In this video, I will teach you how to wave dash with King, and not only that, but the applications. So be sure to pay attention for the uses available. What's up guys, Panda here, and today we're going to be talking about wave dashing with King. And basically this video will be broken up into different segments, so if you want to skip this part, go ahead. Basically you're going to have how to do it, your applications, and then your mix-ups. So go to each step that you think applies for you. If you know the applications, you know mix-ups, and if you know how to do it, basically choose and pick. I want to say, if you like it, be sure to like it and subscribe, and yeah, let's get some education going. Enjoy the guide. We're going to get straight into teaching you how to do it, and basically it has a 3-step program for learning how to do it, and for each step I recommend doing it 10 times in a row until you're comfortable with it. That is the whole purpose to learning this. So the first step is the crouch dash. The crouch dash can be done by doing forward into quarter circle forward, kind of like this. Now, you have to do a slight spacing to it, and your King will just do a simple crouch dash. You'll go forward into a crouch motion, and you keep doing this until you do it 10 times in a row. That shows consistency if you can do it. The next step after that is to tap forward after your forward quarter circle forward, and that will go straight into the dash. What you've done is a wave dash. You've crouch dashed into a dash, that's a wave dash. King will stand up, he'll run forward, and just like that, you gain access to your dash attacks, essentially frame 1. So yeah, practice this part until you can do it 10 times in a row. So the crouch dash into forward, if King does a crouch dash into a dash forward, you've done it 10 times, well done, that's you, you've learned the wave dash. Because now, all you have to do after that forward is do the crouch dash, which you've learned earlier. Practice this till you do it 10 times in a row, and make sure you have 2 loops. So it goes crouch dash dash, crouch dash dash. Kind of like that until eventually you've done it 10 times in a row. Guess what that means? You just learned how to wave dash. You've done every step of it, and now you should be able to waver consistently. This used to be very difficult with King back in Tekken 7, but now it's simple. It is so simple and easy to learn. All you have to do is really put in the time, and then you gain access to some elite movement. Now that you've learned how to properly move with the wave dash, the next question is, why and when do I do it? Well, when you do wave dash, you're essentially doing it to set up some type of mix-up or some type of pressure scenario. The thing about the wave dash with King is that you gain access to all of your moves while approaching forward. If you're running forward compared to crouch dashing forward, you only have access to your running moves, your standing moves, and your cancelled moves. However, with the wave dash, you now gain access to your crouch dash moves, your while standing moves, your standing moves, your running moves, and your dash moves, all in the one stance. That is the greatest strength about this. The other great strength about this is the fact that you also gain access to your chain throws. Yes, this will be an important deal during the mix-up section. However, we're not on that yet. We need to learn when we can do it, essentially. So that's the why. That's why we do it. We gain access to all of our tools while approaching forward. Now, the times to do it can be done when after a knockdown. After you knock your opponent down, sometimes your opponent will respect you, and this will allow you to do whatever you want with your knockdown. So essentially, they'll stand up, they'll start walking back, you can wave in, and then start doing your mix-ups. The other type to do it is to make space. Waving is very quick and it ducks over highs. So if the opponent's doing jabs, sometimes a wave under might be the play. So that's another application of the wave dash. You're able to make space and avoid attacks at the same time, but be careful, mids will hit you and anything tracking low will also hit you. And the other application is at the wall. At the wall, people tend to brick up. This happens to most people. They'll brick up and look for an opportunity to get out, and that usually means waiting for you to do something or moving around you. Wave dashing aligns your movement with the opponent, meaning if they try to sidestep you, you chase them, and if they try to essentially try to get out through pressing a button, you can duck under their high, and if they're just sitting there waiting, it allows you to do a 50-50. So that's a lot of the key applications. But the other thing you want to keep in mind is that when your opponent's knocked down, there might be situations where they don't respect you and press get up kick or wake up and do a while standing attack. To stop this, I recommend pressing your meaty tools with King. And from wave dash, you gain access to some really good meaty tools. One meaty tool is forward neutral 2. To do this, you do wave dash into forward, and then you stop, press 2, and just like that, you'll get the nut shot. You'll get a counter hit if they try to get up after certain knockdown tools, and if the opponent just lies there, they also get hit by the tool as well. Another meaty tool is wave dash into down forward 1+2. This is a great move. Not only is it neutral on block, but it also hits grounded and is a counter hit launcher. I talk about it in my King guide, so be sure to check that out if you want to understand how to fully play King and all of the intricate parts that I'll be talking about during the mix-ups. Another meaty tool that you can choose for a counter hit reward and how active it is forward 4. Essentially what you do with forward neutral 2 is that you get rid of the neutral point and just press forward 4, you get a counter hit, you get the DDT, a lot of damage and some good ulti that you can threaten yet again. So yeah, you've learned when to apply it, you've learned what to do if the opponent's a masher, and you've learned what to do if they decide to walk back. So they're at the point where they're walking back, they're getting up, they're respecting you. What mix-ups do we go for? And the mix-ups are fairly simple, as King has access to a plethora of tools, some of which are explained in the King guide, so be sure to check that out, and most of them will be explained here. The first step is chain throws. In the King guide I teach how to go about every step of the chain throw, but here I'll break it down simple. This is a tracking option, so if the opponent is walking back, this will clip them and you'll force them into a 50-50 chain throw scenario where they have to go between King's Bridge, STF, or Dragon Snapmare and RDC. So be sure to threaten these chain throws, as they're great for scaring the opponent into thinking something bad's going to happen. The next one is kinda Mishima mix, which I know this might sound psychotic, but King kinda has it. If you look at Devil Jin, his mix is going from Wild Rising 2 or into a Hell Sweep or down back 2 for safety. So that's his mix. King has something very similar. He doesn't have the Hell Sweep part, but he has everything else. Instead of doing Wild Rising 2 with Devil Jin, King will do a Wild Rising 1+2. This is a launcher and does more damage in a hop kick and is only a -10 on block. So unlike Devil Jin, who's risking a -12 situation for a launcher, you're risking a -10 situation for a launcher that will deal more damage than Devil Jin. So automatically you have a better mid launcher than Devil Jin in the exact same situation where Mishima mix exists. And your low option, down back 2, would be Devil Jin. Yours is 4-4 neutral 2, which is an insanely good option because on counter hit you get a hard knockdown and a good chunk of health, probably on par with a Hell Sweep hitting on normal hit, and you get Oki, which Devil Jin gets none of. So my argument is, King might have better Mishima mix than someone like Devil Jin, which is kind of disgusting if you think about it. He doesn't have an electric, but my god, he's got everything else, aka the Kazuya forward 4. For King, it's forward 1+4. The chest bump is +3 on block, comes out in 17 frames, and on hit leads to +7. So this is a great situation to go over. I break down this move a lot in my King guide, so be sure to check that out. But the point being is that with this move, you can scare the hell out of the opponent as a pressure tool to mix with your throw game, which is deadly, to mix with your low game, and to mix with your launch game. That's why King's Waveash is so terrifying. It's multi-layered, it's multifaceted. Think of it, Kazuya, right? He does Waveash, he has to call out fuzzies, or he has to go for a straight launcher 4-4-3, or he has to go Hell Sweep, or he has to go Twin Pistons, or he has to go into something safe like the 1+2 Wild Rising. King has all of that, but a lot of it is safe. A lot of it is safe. So that's something I want you to keep in mind when playing King. Your Mishima mix is kinda on par. The next thing that you can go for after Waveash is obviously you've got safe mids to go into, like 4-4-2 after Waveash, which is a great pressure tool that's +7, has long startup and can be sidestepped. However, if the opponent has been eating a lot of your 4-4 neutral 2s and your 4-4 1s if they've been sidestepping, which is another great tool may I mention, 4-4-2 is very good. So that's other options that you have access to, but keep in mind one option that you have access to, which I've not really mentioned, is Waveash into Shining Wizard and Waveash into Giant Swing. Waveash into Giant Swing and Shining Wizard are two scary tools because they both deal mass amounts of damage, they both look each other. If you look at my King guide, I talk about this a lot. You want to use throws that look like Giant Swing, and because of this, you have an approaching Waveash option that ducks and can lead to a 10 frame throw, or a Shining Wizard to realign with the opponent sidestepping badly. So at the end of the day, not only do you have a strike game, not only do you have a Mishima game, you have a true, and I mean a true, throw game added onto that as well. It's terrifying. He's absolutely terrifying when he's wave dashing. So I want you to try and take this, apply it to your games, and see what can really be added. Because I've been practicing with it a lot, hell I even got to use it in a tournament. in the times that I did get to use it, I saw nothing but positives. The mid launcher's great, the chain throw situations are awesome, and if the opponent's been taking the chain throws because they're obvious, Giant Swing ain't obvious, Shining Wizard ain't that obvious, so that's a good mix-up game to go for. So yeah, I hope this guide will be able to help you. Having all of the applications, how to do it, the mix-up game, all of that is giga important. So thank you for listening and using this to apply your king to the next level. Mix this with my king guide to get full information on everything to a king. It's just that the wave dashing was such a big topic, I wanted to talk about it on its own. And the other thing about the wave dash, it showed up after I was done with my king guide, so there was that. So yeah, get it down, learn it, and push your king to the next level. You gain so much with the wave dash. I'm being genuine. You learn how to use this, you can terrify your opponents in most situations and start your own game plan. It's that good. Anyway, I'm Patriarch Panda. I'm signing off. Peace.